How much is your home really worth in Central Florida in 2026? Because the number you're seeing online is probably not accurate. Hi, I'm Rebekah Hawthorne, your trusted St. Cloud, Florida realtor. I'm a local realtor here in Central Florida, and I've lived in Central Florida for over 40 years. On this channel, I help you understand everything about buying, selling, and living in Orlando area. So if you're thinking about selling your home or just want to stay informed about your home's value, make sure to subscribe. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about what actually determines your home's value. Because it's not just one thing, it is many. Your home's value is based on a combination of factors like location, condition, size and layout, recent sales in your area, and current buyer demand. In real estate, we almost always say location is everything. And in areas like Orlando, St. Cloud, and Lake Nona, location can make a huge difference, even between neighborhoods just a few minutes apart. Now let's address something a lot of homeowners rely on: online home value estimates. Sites like Zillow can be helpful as a starting point, but they are often inaccurate. Why? Because they don't account for things like upgrades inside your home, condition, lot location, or unique features. It's not comparing apples to apples. I've seen homes where Zillow was off by tens of thousands of dollars. So while it's a useful tool, it's not something you want to rely on if you're making a financial decision. The most accurate way to determine your home's value is through something called a comparative market analysis, or CMA. A CMA looks at recently sold homes, active listings, pending sales, and homes that didn't sell, all within your neighborhood or similar area. This gives a much more realistic picture of what buyers are actually willing to pay. Not all comparable sales or comps are equal. The best comps are within 1 mile of your home, sold within the last 3 to 6 months, similar in size, layout, and age. For example, a 3-bedroom home in St. Cloud will not be directly comparable to a luxury home in Lake Nona. Even though they're close geographically, the buyer pool and pricing are very different. Let's talk about what actually increases your home's value. Some of the biggest value boosters include updated kitchens, modern bathrooms, new flooring, fresh paint, curb appeal, and landscaping. And here's the good news: you don't always need major renovations. Sometimes small updates can make a huge difference in how buyers perceive your home. The biggest mistake homeowners make when determining value is overestimating what their home is worth. This often leads to fewer showings, longer time on the market, and price reductions. And in many cases, homes that start too high actually sell for less in the end. Another important question is not just what your home is worth, but what you could net after selling. That includes a mortgage payoff, closing cost, commissions, and any concessions. This is where a real estate agent can help you understand your true bottom line, with a seller net sheet that will give you a close estimate of what the closing costs will be and how that will affect your net. So what's the best way to find out what your home is worth? The most accurate way to get a local market analysis customized to your home based on current data, not just an online estimate. On the flip side, there are things that can hurt your home's value tremendously. These include outdated interiors, needed repairs, roof or HVAC issues, poor curb appeal, or a busy, noisy location. Buyers today are more cautious, and they often factor in the cost of repairs when making offers. Your home's value is also influenced by the overall market. In a seller's market where inventory is low and demand is high, homes may sell for higher prices and faster. In a more balanced market, like what we're seeing now in parts of Central Florida, pricing strategy becomes more important. Homes still sell, but only if they are priced correctly and show well. Another factor that impacts value is days on market. If homes in your area are selling quickly, that's a strong sign of strong demand. If they're sitting longer, it may mean pricing is too high or buyer demand has slowed. This is why timing and strategy matter when listing your home. Let's say you have a home in St. Cloud. You might see one home listed at $450,000 and another at $470,000. But the one at $470,000 may have upgrades, better condition, or a premium lot. That's why pricing isn't just about square footage, it's also about overall value. So, how much is your home worth in Central Florida in 2026? The answer depends on your specific home, your neighborhood, and your current market condition. But one thing is for certain, knowing your home's value puts you in a powerful position, whether you plan to sell now or in the future. If you're curious what your home might sell in today's market, or you just want a better understanding of your options, I'd be happy to help. Reach out using the contact information in the description box, and I can put together a free, personalized home value report for your property. And if you found this video helpful, please like the video, comment with your questions below, and of course, subscribe for more Central Florida real estate content. Helping sellers and buyers live the Florida good life the smart way. I'll see you in the next video.